Hello all, welcome to Global Offensive Hacker Associate community and welcome to another hacking episode of Hacker Associate. In this video we are going to learn about brute forcing technique and we'll see like how we can root the machine. And today we are going to learn other new things like in our previous classes we have done many things, but this time we'll see something unique and let's like do this stuff. Let's start the things. I am Harshad, founder and CEO of Hacker Associate. Let's begin. So I'm targeting the IP call is 10.10.10.76. So let me show you the recon of this. So when I try to scan using a nmap, and by the way right now you're already familiar about the nmap. You can simply use nmap just like that. This is a command, you can use it and then you can put the whatever the IP you want to scan and then you are done. So once you scan using a nmap, you will see some ports are open. Like this is the finger and second is we have a 111, then 22022. This is basically the SSH. So even in my case also I have done it using this command. So you can clearly see I try to scan for this particular port and I identify the version of this. This is basically the SSH and this is the Sun Solaris system. And this part I'll leave to you. You already know how to recon and other things. I will focus on finger part, how we can check with the finger. You can see finger service is running on. So how we can enumerate using a finger. So you can simply just type finger and then IP address. So you can see clearly right what is happening here. No one is logged on. So when you use finger, no one is logged on. After that, what you can do is you can simply check like any root user is exist or not. Root at the rate 10.10.10.76. You can see clearly the root is exist. Now what we can do now from here, this particular thing. So first thing we can do is we can brute force it and we can identify the user. What the user exists there, and then later we do again brute forcing and identify the password. So this part like we have to work on this. So we have to identify the user. So how we can identify the user, this is another challenge we have right now. So you can use like the user list in order to identify the users. You can download this user list from my cloud account. You can simply download it and you can simple import it. So I'm going to use a script called as a finger user enum. So when I go to cd finger user enum, and here is a script how to use it, simple finger user enum, and you can see clearly this is the example. You can use it and simple use like -s. So just for output it will show. So when you scan for it this particular thing you will see some users are coming here and this particular down the line I will show you the output. By the way, this is the machine I had taken from Hack the Box. The machine name is Sunday. So when you go a little bit downside like you will see exactly this output. You can see clearly this is called access, and then here we have a admin and so on. So if you can go little bit downside here I have enumerated like the particular thing is called as an root is a user access, and second is called Sunny is a user. And basically like what will happen is when you try to use finger command, example let's say here, so it still is accessing. By the way, it will take a time. So you have to wait for minimum 20 minutes and you will get all the details regarding to the usernames. So I'm just going to simple close it. So from this particular technique I have identified the user called Semi and the user called Sunny. This particular user exists on this particular IP address. Even how we'll get to know this about thing. So simple, you can run this script, automatically show here the users. How you want to confirm it, this particular thing. So in order to confirm the things you can simply use again finger command, finger, and then see as I mentioned to you, root is already there. So you can see clearly root is exist. Now again like we got something called as Semi, right? So simple, just type here Semi, SAMMY, and you can see clearly now Semi is exist, right? Now example, let's say if I type random here, any random user, for example let's say this press enter. So you will see like 3 question mark. So it means this user is not exist, there is no user with this particular name. This is how we can identify the things. So this like the technique you should learn first. Check with the random user and check like what you are getting, and now it is a correct user because we have identified using a finger enum script. Whatever you can see clearly here. After that what we can do is we can check for other user called as Sunny. So how we can check, this is a Sunny, SUNNY, and press enter. So you can see clearly we have a user called Sunny is also exists. And this particular IP address 10.10.14.17. So this is my IP here 10.10.10.76. This is the remote machine IP address. So that's how okay we can identify the things, the users. Okay, now we have to identify the password. So in order to attack okay on this particular IP address, okay, like we can use Hydra. Hydra is generally used for the brute forcing technique, and even in like many machine we have used the Hydra already. So in my case, I'll show you the output, okay, like how it look like. So you can clearly see, okay, this is the Hydra output. Okay, I'm using a Hydra user called Sunny, and I'm okay supplying the file which is called as an password list. Okay, so I'm okay giving okay here the password list file, and after that okay you can see clearly this is the thread add, this is a null, and here is a U, and then is a flag called as, and then port number, and then protocol. So it means this is okay like meaning, okay, like T means thread, NS means okay like null password, and then U means simply okay like we are checking okay like the first password to each and every user, then second password okay to each and every user, and then so on, and it will go like that. So when you wait for it, okay, and you will see the password okay here okay on the screen just like this. So in my case I'm using, okay, you can see clearly this is the like the output, okay, and if we can go a little bit up, you can see I got the password name is called Sunday. So Sunday is the password of this Sunny account, okay, because I'm running the command okay for a Sunny user. So this is the password, and other account you can see is authentication timeouts and other thing. So it's not working, but when you try with the Sunday, it will work. So how we can check it out? Simple, okay, like I'll go here and I'll try it out. So enumeration part is done. Okay, now I'm going to do SSH. So example, if you do normal SSH, it will not work. So what we have to do is we have to specify this thing, okay, in between SSH minus O KEX algorithms, and then we have to apply Diffie-Hellman group 1 SSH. It means if we are doing SSH to the older system, then you have to specify this particular parameter. Then this is a port which we want to target, and this is SEMI, but we just now got the user of Sunny. Okay, so this is called Sunny, and Sunny password is Sunday. So when you press enter, just wait for little bit, okay, you will get a password prompt. Now you can type the password called as Sunday, enter. So once you enter the password, you can clearly see now you got the password, okay. This process will take a time, okay, you have to wait for minimum 1 hour, okay, in order to get the password. After that, okay, like you can first you can check okay like the things like sudo space minus L, and here I can see clearly okay like the root pass wt, we have a root role. When I try to run okay this command sudo slash root slash troll, let me check what is happening in this case. So you can see like I'm getting a root GID, but I'm not able to see any other thing okay, other than this. Second thing what we can do, we can simple check for the other things. Just simple go to the slash folder, and here is a backup folder here, okay. You can simple check by using ls minus ll, and when you just simple okay like use this command ls minus ll, you will see clearly okay there's a backup folder available here, right. Now we can go inside the folder. So how we can go into the folder, let me scroll to the downside, okay, this is the screen. So now cd, we have to go to the backup. After that, okay, simple just type ls command, and here okay we have two files, okay. How we can check it the permission, you can use file command. So file, and here okay agent 22 backup, you can see don't have a permission. Let's okay try with the cat command, cat shadow backup. So when you press enter, you can see you're able to see the things right here clearly. You can see here when I type this command, the shadow backup here, and then I'm able to get okay like the two things here. One is called SEMI and second is Sunny. SEMI password I have no idea. Sunny password we have done okay using a brute forcing technique. Same way one you can also brute force on this account and you'll get the password. Right now okay we got the hashes. These are the hashes. Now we'll see okay how we can crack this hash. So what you can do is okay you can copy the entire part, okay, put in the file. So I'll show okay like how we can do it. Simple, copy it and paste it. So in my case where it is, I'll show you. Let me go to the new workspace, and simple you can go to the cd document folder, and here is the hash, okay. So example, if I want to show you the original hash, this is the original hash, cat original hash.txt, and you can clearly see these are the hashes, okay, here clearly. Okay, and after that when you see the hashes.txt, okay, these I copied, okay, the modified one. So cat hashes.txt, you can see I have removed everything, this part, and I have added only the two part which we require, okay, in order to get the password. So Sunny we already know, even if you want to remove, you can remove this part also, only put, okay, only one particular part. But right now, okay, like the question is how we can crack the password. So you can use the John command, John minus wordlist you can supply here, and then try to crack the password. When you try to crack the password, okay, you can clearly see, okay, it will show the password here. So let me check what is happening here in this case. So it loaded two password hashes with two different salts. Okay, no password hashes left to crack. See FAQ. Let me just try, okay, here minus minus show command sometime, okay, look like this. Let me check what is the issue, okay, here. You can simply just type man and John and John show pass WD. So now you can clearly see, okay, like after doing little bit research, okay, like I went to this folder, okay, .john is a hidden folder, and then after that, okay, I tried something here and I got, okay, like details about the password. Okay, generally what is happening is whenever, okay, you crack the password, okay, using a John first time, okay, the John will able to crack the password, but after that, okay, when you want to check it or when you try to crack again, it will never show the password. Okay, so for that particular purpose, what you can do is you can simple go to the folder John, okay, which is a hidden folder, and after that, okay, like simple, okay, you can run this command John space minus show, and then the particular file, okay, like which you have done, which you have used, okay, previously in order to get the password, okay, from the hashes. And here you can see clearly, like right now, okay, I'm getting a password of Semi and I'm getting a password of Sunny also, both. But Sunny already we have extracted, okay, using a Hydra, and the Semi now I'm going to use, okay, this particular password in order to do SSH. So how we can do SSH? So simple, okay, you can simple just type again the same command, you have to type it. So let me go to the complete top and type here clear command. Okay, now what we can do is we have to do SSH. So SSH same thing, okay, but this time, okay, I'm going to use Semi, and it's exactly the same, okay, and the Semi password is cool dude exclamation. So just wait for the prompt, okay. Without this particular parameter it will not work, okay, because this is an old system. Okay, so whenever you do SSH to the older system, don't forget you have to use the particular flag. Now, okay, we move toward the password prompt, and then, okay, the password is cool dude, and then this is exclamation. Let me enter this and let's check it out, it is working or not. So you can clearly see it is working. And now the first thing, okay, what I will do is I will check, okay, like sudo minus l always, and you can see right now we have a permission of this user bin wget. Ls check what available we have. So nothing, okay, is available for us. Now I can simple use, okay, like user bin wget. What I can do is I can simple check slash user slash bin slash wget, press enter. So you require help, you can simply just type minus minus help command, press enter. You can see clearly there are many options are available, by the way. So example, if you can go to the top, this option called as I means input file, okay, download URL found in the file. So you can read any file, by the way. So I will show you, okay, like some demo on this. So let me just little bit drag this side so I can show you the screen. So generally, as I mentioned to you, okay, like when you type this command sudo space minus l, you will get the thing, okay, it's called user bin wget, right? And after that, okay, when you try to read a command called as a cat etc, let me just type shadow command, shadow, enter. So now you can clearly see permission denied, and after that if I type sudo also, sudo slash etc slash shadow, press enter. Now here, okay, require password. Let me just type, okay, cool dude. By the way, it will not work, okay, simply I'm just trying. You can see nothing work here, but okay, like right now we have permission to read the file wget, and using a wget you can also read the file. How we can read the file? So simple, okay, you can use a sudo and just type wget, and after that, okay, what you can do is you can simple specify I option and the file which you want to read. So etc equal to means slash etc slash shadow, this is the file name, press enter. Now you can clearly see you are able to read the file, right? You are able to read the file, and here is a root and this is the hash. Okay, so now here, okay, you can see clearly we have a Sami and Sunny. The both password we already know, so you are able to read the file. Okay, but on the other hand, okay, like if I going to open, okay, in the other terminal, same here, I'm going to split, okay, this terminal vertically. So here, okay, if you do SSH, okay, to this user, SSH, okay, to the user call is Sunny. Okay, so for example, let's say we'll just type Sunny here at the rate. So port close by, let me check, I think it is running or not somewhere. This is Sunny. Let me exit from here. Just close this one, go to this section, again try to run this command Sunny, and then IP address, everything all okay, look okay. Key exchange algorithm identification, some issue regarding to the key issue, okay. Here let me exit from here, let me go to the new workspace, again try to do SSH again. So let's example, this is the Sunny, this is we are looking for, and here everything look okay, press enter. Why this algorithm error is coming here? Okay, so now you can see clearly is we are getting the result, and password prompt came here, but the password of Sunny is called Sunday, Sunny Sunday. So you again logged in. Okay, so now what I can do is, okay, for example, if you type again this command here, okay, you have a permission, okay, for root troll. So example, if you run this command sudo /root/troll, so for this user, okay, we don't have a permission. Okay, you can see something is coming UID GID something, but you can try the same command, okay, to this user. So we have another user, okay, available here. Okay, this is called Sami user, right? Let me zoom for you a little bit. So when you try, okay, using a wget command, sudo wget command, you can specify -i, and then /root/troll, and then press enter. So when you press enter here, you can see it is doing something like user bin bash, then user echo, and lot of thing is going on here, right? Now what trick, okay, we can play here? So what we can do is we can create, okay, this file, troll file, in attacker machine, and then, okay, we'll override, okay, like our script with this particular file called troll. So how we can do that? So we have to go into override, okay, this particular file. So how we can play with this? So simple, what we can do is, okay, you can open a new terminal, okay, just like that. I'm going to open a new terminal, and I'm going to create, okay, like file name is called troll. So in my case is already created, otherwise you can simple, okay, let me navigate to the desktop. Okay, nothing is available right now. Okay, I will remove the hash now, I don't require it. Now simple, you can create a vim troll, okay, press enter, and then press I, hash not equal to /user bin bash. Okay, you can simple just try, and then /bin/bash, it is done, wq, it is done. Okay, now you can simply start the Python server, and then you are done. And here, okay, you can say I'm inside the Sami user, and the Python server is up and running, and this troll is the file I have created. Okay, I have to download this file here. So how I can download the file? So we have a wget, by the way, is already available. I'm just checking, okay, like some other thing, okay, like we can use something here to get the root access. So for this particular guy, whatever we have here, this is the brute forcing is going on. Here is Sami, and second is Sunny. Sunny have a permission to run this one. It means when he try to run this, we should get a root access. But here, okay, like now is permission denied for the Sami. And now, okay, let's do something like that. Sudo, you can simple just type sudo wget. Before this, I can try to use this command called sleep, sleep, sleep for 5, okay, seconds, and then we can use sudo wget our IP address, which is http 10.10.14.17 is my IP address, and I want to download troll from my server, and I want to rename it, okay, with this file exactly the same. I'm going to overwrite TROLL, okay. So when this particular part is executed, immediately you have to go here and you have to run this particular thing. Right now, okay, I'm inside the semi, okay, and here is the semi and here is the sunny. So whenever, okay, like we are going to run here, okay, for example, let's say press enter. Exactly, see, when it is done, what we can do, you can go to this section. See, it is done, go immediately. Now you can simple run this sudo enter. So again, okay, like we little bit late, again we'll try the same command and try once more time. So again, okay, I'm going to override this particular file slip and then sudo wget, everything look okay under the root role. Press enter. When it is done, done. See, we got the shell. This is called root Sunday. That's how, okay, we can do the things. And when you simple just type, okay, like id, again you can confirm it is a root, and simple you can use cat slash root dot txt. One more thing, okay, you can do is you can also replace, okay, like this shadow file. Okay, you can just add, okay, like semi password, okay, to the root hash, and then, okay, able to root this machine again. That's all for this video. I hope this video is informative for you. Thank you for watching the video. Have a great day. Thank you.